Good afternoon, my friends. I'm here in Bab El Oued, and you can see the mosque. In fact, it's a church, and it's a cultural center. Sorry, it's a church, but it's not very far from one of the most important mosques here in Bab El Oued, and we are going to drive. We will be driving to Salombi or El Madania.
What do you mean, but we will be driving? I'm not driving, I'm just
You and I,
here.
yes. Well, I usually refer to myself as we. Yes.
You and your audience.
My friend is here today too. It's raining. It's been raining for days, and my friend is here with me. This is my second collab video. In fact, my friend here has a mobile phone channel, and it's known as Android for Arabia. He speaks in Arabic on that channel, and he presents mobile phones and mobile phone technology to people, especially Arabic-speaking people, and he has a good channel. So you will find the link to his channel in the description. And well, but the purpose today is to enjoy a drive from Bab El Oued to
Kouba.
Oh yes, to Kouba. Sorry, yes, I announced Salombi, but in fact it should be Kouba.
We can go to Salombi. It's
so on the way.
it's not
Yes,
very far, yeah.
yes. Provided that we don't find or we don't encounter traffic, just like here. But it's normal to find or to be stuck in traffic here, because this is one of the most commercially busy parts or streets here in Bab El Oued. Yes, there are lots of stores. There are mobile phone stores, by the way, over there on the right. Yes,
clothing stores,
yes, and fast food stores and small tea parlors. In fact, tea shops, yes. And by the way, if you want to drink Saharan tea, you can drink it here in Algiers. There is a tea shop almost in almost every neighborhood, and they are generally run by people from Timimun. They come from southwestern Algeria. Do you drink tea?
Of course, every Algerian just drinks tea.
Yeah.
I drink tea even on the afternoon.
Even in the afternoon, yes.
Skip sleeping.
Yeah. To skip a nap, when you don't want to nap.
Yeah.
Right. So as you can see, it's very busy here, and
busy and crowded.
yes, it's very crowded too, and there is traffic here even on Friday.
Yeah. It's very dense commercial location.
Yes, and Bab El Oued is in fact the neighborhood with the highest population density here in Algiers. I think. I don't know whether it's still like that, but in the early but in the 1990s and the early 2000s it was. And but lots of things have changed here in Bab El Oued after the 2001 disastrous floods. Where perhaps 3,000 people died. Do you remember those floods?
The floods, of course.
Yes.
Many people lost their houses, and they moved to other locations.
Yes, exactly. They were relocated. They were relocated
Yes.
by the authorities. Thankfully, yes.
There were another program, IDL program for
relocating people. Yes. But the AADL program, I have already talked about it, by the way. I've already talked about it in many of my videos, especially when I drive by apartment complexes built within the framework of that program, of that housing program, the AADL. And AADL, by the way, is the Algerian agency for the development and the improvement of housing. And the AADL is a housing program meant for people of the middle class, families.
Yes.
Yes, but many of those houses were also distributed for disaster victims, for the Bab El Oued disaster victims.
Of course.
Yes.
They were built by Chinese Chinese and Egyptian companies.
Yes, the Algerian
to help
authorities,
people get
they subcontracted
apartments.
the construction of those houses to companies from many other countries, not
Yes.
just Chinese and Egyptian companies. There were also Turkish companies
Yes.
and European companies as well. I've seen Portuguese companies. I've seen, Turkish companies as well.
But mainly from China. They were mainly
Yes.
Chinese companies.
Yes.
For a low cost, for a low budget apartment.
Because yes, they don't charge a lot. Yes.
Yes.
They build projects at a competitive price, and now it seems that we are
Really
stuck.
stuck.
Yes, we are really stuck. It's
Yeah.
completely blocked here. But all right, let that cab, enter. Do you visit Bab El Oued often?
Of course.
Really?
Of course
Yes.
I do.
And what do you do here? Do you go
I have
shopping?
some friends
Clothes
here.
shopping? Oh, really?
Some
Yes.
friends live in here.
Yes, I have a friend of mine who lives in one of those buildings on the right. I remember I visited him in 2013. Yes, 2013. He purchased an apartment here. He was born and grew up here, and then he purchased an apartment here in the same building where he was raised. And it's a very good thing.
Yes, it's a lovely place. If
Yes,
you grow up here, you always
love it.
love
Yes, yes.
being here.
Exactly, and the same thing happens to me. I grew up in one of the neighborhoods in central Algiers, and I keep talking about it all the time.
Of course.
Although, yes,
Can't move away.
yes, the viewers and subscribers don't know it. I have never named it
But I know it.
for them, but yes, you know it. And I also know the neighborhood where you were born and grew up.
Now
Perhaps-
I moved away from it, but I
Yes.
still go there.
Many of us Algiers citizens who were born and raised in the central parts of the city have now moved out of the central parts of the city to live in the outskirts, to live in the suburbs, and sometimes those suburbs are quite far.
Yeah, but let's say it's overpopulated here in central part of
Exactly,
Algiers, so
exactly. So we have to move. We have to move elsewhere. I see a shoe store here, Nasser, red and yellow, and it symbolizes, those colors symbolize the Nasser Hussein Day team,
yeah.
the Nahd team, and
Your team.
and I don't know what the supporter of that team is doing here in Bab El Oued. See, because usually the people from this neighborhood are either supporters of Mouloudia, MCA, yes, or
USMA.
USMA, yes, USMA, yes. It's either the green and red.
The most glorious
Yes.
teams in Algiers.
Yes, the oldest teams in
Oldest
Algiers.
and
Yes,
glorious.
yes. All right, so this is the Emir Abdelkader, the Emir Abdelkader High School. It's on the right, and now we are approaching Martyrs Square, Place des Martyrs, Sahchouhada, and the Kasbah is on the right too. The Kasbah of Algiers is on the right, and it's the oldest part of Algiers. So
Can you tell us about the two buildings here? on the left?
those are part of a museum known as Bastion 23, Bastion 23, and that there is a conservatory here, a music conservatory. Could you read the name, please?
On our right.
Over there, yes. Institut National Supérieur de
Mohamed Fouzi,
Yes, so the
National Institute of Music.
exactly. So
Mohamed Fouzi.
Mohamed Fouzi, and it's named after Mohamed Fouzi, an Egyptian who wrote the national anthem. Who adapted the Algerian national anthem to music.
Yes.
Yes, he made it musical. But the one who wrote the national anthem, the Algerian national anthem, is an Algerian, Mufti Zakaria.
He wrote it with his song. With his song. So
With his
with
lyrics,
his blood.
yes,
With
yes.
his blood.
Yes. He was in prison, I think.
In prison, yes.
When he wrote it. And he got imprisoned in 1945. You know, the French committed a massacre prior to Algeria's war for independence. It was on May 8th, 1945. They killed 45,000 Algerians, and because Algerians dared to ask for Algeria's independence, for our country's independence, in exchange for our participation to World War II, to the participation of our troops alongside the Allied troops to the in the liberation of Europe and France in particular. But the French didn't want to hear anything about our independence, and they opened fire on the people who participated in those marches on Victory Day, May the 8th, 1945. And the French continued their political repression, and they imprisoned many people, hundreds and hundreds of Algerians, especially educated Algerians like Mufti Zakaria. And I think that it was during one of his spells in jail that he wrote the national anthem.
Definitely, yes.
Yes.
Wrote it in prison.
Yes, so he wrote it in prison.
With no pen, only with
Without
his
a
blood.
pen, yes. They were denied all rights there, you see. They didn't have any rights. Not even the right to use a sheet of paper and a pen. And as you can see, it's cloudy, it's raining, and it's also we're in late November 2021, and it's been raining. It's good for our country. It's also very cold, and they said that it's snowing up in the mountains.
It's been raining for almost a month now.
A month now, yes.
Non-stop.
Yes, and so Martyrs Square is on the right. We are near the fishery here, La Pêcherie, the fishery of Algiers, and we are approaching the Algiers port. I wonder how long this traffic jam is going to last, but we are... So this is, I think, the headquarters of the Algiers Port Company, Entreprise Portuaire d'Alger, so the port company, the Algiers Port Company. And I think that it's still run by an Emirati company, Dubai World's Port. Dubai World Ports, something like that. Don't you think so?
I think so, yeah.
Yes, so it's still run by a company from the United Arab Emirates that also runs multiple ports around the world. And there is a post office here. Interesting. And we have two ports, or two main sections of the port here in Algiers. There is a passengers port. It's here. It's not very far from here. This is the port where ships carrying passengers and cars, berth. And there is another part of the port, the commercial port. It's near Tefura. It's further away.
Yes.
And
You can use this port to go to the western side of the city.
Really?
Yes.
So now we have you mean that we have a ferry boat?
Yeah.
Really? Is it operational?
Not in this time, not in a
Not
rainy
now.
day like this.
But is it operational in
it is operational
in
on
the summer? Yes,
on
yes.
summer
All right.
and
So did they operate it last summer?
yes, of course.
Whoa! I didn't know that.
You can go to the extreme western side for about 20 minutes.
In
It's
about
very
20
good.
minutes. And how much is the ticket?
I forgot.
Did
I
you
forgot. Used it once.
Yes, did you board
It
that?
wasn't expensive, but I
It wasn't
forgot how
expensive.
much.
Yes.
Here are the customs.
All right. Yes.
In the left side.
Headquarters. Yes. Of the port customs. Yes. But it's a little bit slow
Tired.
here.
Slow,
Yes.
very slow.
Yes.
But it's.
And
You
there
can
are
say it's
people-
normal.
Yeah, so there are people who drive through these, in these traffic jams every single day.
single
Yes, going, commuting to work, see, and back home. And there is that ship over there. You can see it over there.
Yeah.
Is it the Tariq ibn Ziyad? I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
Yes, but it's operated by the Algerian shipping company. And that's the Algiers train station over there,
Yeah.
behind that footbridge, colorful footbridge. It's in front of us. It's on the right, in fact. It's on the right. And the train to Oran and to any other city in the north starts from here, leaves from here.
And here's the biggest place where you can buy fish.
Oh yes, the
Yeah.
fishery. The
La
fishery,
Piscerie,
yes.
Fishery.
Exactly.
Right.
Known as La Piscerie in French, yes. And someone, a college teacher, once told us that those ramps on the right, those arcades on the right, were built by the English for the French when the French started colonizing Algeria.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Because the English had experience in building those types of structure, ramps and arcades like that. They are still standing today. See, to this day. So on the right we have the Algiers train station. So if you ride the train from Oran, this is the final stop. This is your final stop here. This is where the train ends its trip.
You can go almost everywhere, not just
here
to
in the
Oran,
north. Yes, here in the north. Yes. And that building, white building in a neo-Moresque style that looks like a mosque over there. What is it?
It's La Grande Poste. Can I say in English?
The main post
The
office.
main post office.
Are you sure? I think that it's another because it's next to the parliament.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I think that the main post office is further away.
What is it?
It's a little bit further
confusing
away.
for me.
Yes, yes. We are kind of lost here because we are.
Look,
Yes.
because this is the parliament.
That's
the
yes.
brown building.
The brown building is the parliament building. Yes.
And there's two buildings for the parliament, the two chambers. One is
we have
on my right side, which is
the upper. Yes, the upper chamber
the upper
of the
chamber.
parliament. Yes. And
Second is the
Yes.
lower chamber.
the lower chamber, and that's the lower chamber. Okay. And the upper chamber is the Senate.
There's the Senate on my right side.
We've been driving for 18 minutes, and this is the normal on a week. On a
Definitely
weekday,
normal.
yes, on a weekday.
You're on a city center.
Yes,
Everything's here, located near. You can see the Bank of
the
Algeria.
institutions, yes, lots of institutions. And I can see some clamped cars over there, just like that one, that Renault car.
Uh-huh.
They have been clamped because they parked by the port. Therefore, the cops, traffic cops, when they drive by and find them, they would clamp them.
That they'll have to pay a fine.
Yes, I guess that it's just a fine. You are not going to have your driver's license seized.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, but sometimes when you commit an infraction, a traffic rule violation, the cops might seize your driver's license here in Algeria. Yet, I think that they are going to change the law.
Yes,
Yes,
it
and no
will be
longer.
removed.
Yes, they are going to change the law and cancel that law, and
Maybe
you would only pay an expensive fine.
yes, they
Ticket.
will raise the fines.
Yes,
maybe.
Yes, make the fines more expensive, but they are not going to seize your driver's license because it's very crippling, by the way. I got my driver's license seized last year for speed in violation. It looks like, look at the passengers. In fact, they are not passengers. They are perhaps family.
This is the place where
relatives, yes. Oh yes, passengers. They have just disembarked from a ship coming from France, or perhaps Spain. I don't know, and they are here waiting for their relatives to come and pick them up.
Yes.
So this is the first time I've ever filmed this. So these are people arriving in Algeria. Algerians arriving in Algeria.
Look at the white building from.
Yes. Oh, this is the Wilaya. Yes, the headquarters of the Wilaya of Algiers. And the Wilaya is a state. It's the equivalent of a state. This is a first order administrative subdivision here in Algeria. It's like the United States. So the United States is made up of 50 states, and Algeria is made up of 58 wilayas, provinces. Okay. And France is made up of I don't know how many departments. Yes, maybe it's over 90 departments.
Many.
Yes,
let's say many.
Many departments. Yes. There is another footbridge over there, and those footbridges link the central part of Algiers to the port area here on the left. There should be a breakthrough near the central post office near Tefura. Do you visit these places?
Yes, of course. We have to visit these places because there's so many administrations here and all this stuff. So you have to. I used to work here for a newspaper. So
yes, which newspaper?
It's called Sawt Al-Akhar.
All right, it's an Arabic language newspaper.
Arabic speaking newspaper.
All right, yes, but I don't think it's very known. I've never heard about it.
It's not very known, yes. But there are many of newspapers located here
that are based here in this area. Yes,
based in this area.
Maybe because renting is cheap.
Yes.
Rented premises is cheap. It's cheaper, relatively cheap.
Also, the location is not very far from
the city center.
City center and the parliament. You know.
Yes.
All the stuff.
So if you take that ramp on the left, you will arrive at the central post office, La Grande Poste.
Yes. And from here we're taking the highway.
Yes. But I just hope that we are not going to be withheld by traffic.
Inshallah.
Yes, longer than that. Oh, and we are on the Jawaharlal Nehru Street. It's the street where Tefura is located. Tefura used to be a bus station, but now it's only a square. There is a square there with a statue of Massinissa, of King Massinissa, the ruler or the king, who in ancient times, in the 2nd century or the 2nd century BC, unified North Africa and made it a single state known as Numidia. And now we are driving under the bridge. It's the Tefura Bridge. In fact, it's a ramp that will lead you to
directly to the highway.
Yes. So this road will lead us straight to the highway. Yes. But that bridge over there, we have. That was above us, you know. That bridge leads straight to, it's in fact a ramp, as you can see it on the left, and it leads straight to the central post of it, like on post, yes. It's an area where it's dangerous to cross the road. There is a zebra crossing there, okay? So, people or drivers need to be careful, pay attention, and let people cross the road there. And this is the Tefura Square. It's on the left. There is a garden there. It used to be a bus station some 10 years ago, but they redeveloped it into a square with a statue of Massinissa.
They dislocated the bus station
to
dismantled.
Yes, they moved it. They moved it to another area. Yes.
And still, people still call it Tefura.
Exactly. Sure.
Bus station.
Yes. Although it's officially known as May the 2nd, there is a clamped car on the right. This car is clamped too. Yes.
Also.
Yes, and this is the headquarters of the Algerian customs. It's on the left. There is a parking garage over there, a multi-story parking garage where people could park their cars. No wonder why this guy got his got clamped.
Maybe he has no coins to pay for.
No, we don't have odometers, or I don't know how to call them. Yes,
I
it's
don't
called
know.
yes. Park meters, yes. So we don't have them here, but they installed them experimentally on Bab El Oued Street. All right, just in time. Okay.
They're installing them.
And I think that this is our breakthrough. Yes, this is our breakthrough. This is the breakthrough that we have been waiting for. Oh, this is the Tefura bus station, by the way. It's
the new one.
Yes, the new one. It's known as the May the 2nd bus station. Station du 2 Mai. And the May 1st or May Day Square, May 1st bus station is on the right. Champ de Manœuvre. Alright, so there is a beautiful footbridge over there. It's white too. There used to be a small, narrow one, very old one, back in the 90s. I remember it.
I don't remember it.
Yeah. Maybe you didn't visit this place back then, and
I was
yes,
very...
you were still very young back then. Yes,
yeah.
and there is the Martyrs Memorial. You can see it. You can see the top of it over there. So, where do you want us to go? Do you want us to drive by Salombier and then go to Kouba, or drive straight to Kouba?
Let's go to Salombier.
All right, let's visit Salombier. And do you want it to be our final destination?
For the video?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do it.
Really? So we are canceling Kouba. No, let's show the viewers Kouba. There's a Salombier and then Kouba.
Salombier and then Kouba.
Yes.
Post the video and then go to Kouba.
All right. Yes.
Okay. Great.
Good idea.
Great.
You can see those trains over there. They are parked at, in fact, at the Belcourt bus station. Belcourt or Bab El Oued bus station. Yes. And that ramp or that bridge over there is built. So in fact, an overpass, and it's built for semi-trailer trucks to, leave the port.
Linking the port to the highway.
Yes. So it's a direct link between the port and the
Let's say
and the
port
highway.
and some factories here in this.
Yes, there is an oil factory, by the way. Yes, a
factory.
vegetable oil factory here. There is a small or mini industrial area here.
In the port.
Yes.
You can see the
desalination
right.
plant. Yes, on the left there is a desalination plant. This is the main desalination plant of Algiers. It's over there. It's on the left. Oh yes. What do you say about the garden? It's on the right.
The garden is on our right.
Yes.
The garden is the most
Exactly.
the
The
biggest,
botanical garden.
yeah, the biggest one in Algeria.
The botanical
It's
garden.
I think it's a third worldwide in terms of vegetal diversity.
Really? So we
Yes,
have
third or second.
a
I
lot
don't
of
remember.
biodiversity here in this garden. Yes.
In this garden, they
Plant
filmed
diversity.
one of the first films.
Yes, one of the earliest talking
earliest
films. Yes,
films.
Tarzan, with Johnny Westmuller. Yes, it was in the 1930s, exactly, and they filmed it here, in this garden, and they also this garden also served during World War II as the headquarters of the Allied here in Algiers. When the Allied came, the Americans came within the framework of Operation Torch in 1941, I think. They kicked out the the pro-Nazi French government, the Vichy government from Algiers. Yes, so they kicked them out, and then they set up the headquarters, the Allied headquarters, here in Algiers, here in this garden. So this garden was visited by some of the greatest leaders of World War II. And they, of course, very important decisions, World War II decisions were taken here.
Of course,
yes, at this headquarters. There is a very important power plant here. I think that it's one of the the biggest here in Algeria. In Algeria, yes, a power plant.
Power plant.
Yes, here on the left.
Explain it to me in Arabic another time. When we start the video, I don't know it's power plant.
It's not a plant that you grow, yes. It's a power factory. It's an electricity factory, yes.
Okay.
It's a station, a very important power station. All right, so now I would sometimes get lost myself, although I'm very familiar with this area, but I would sometimes get lost myself.
It's not very easy. It's not very easy.
Algiers is so big.
It has many roads.
Yes, lots of roads, lots of streets, lots of roundabouts, intersections, but it's also more or less organized.
Yeah, of course.
There is traffic over there.
On our right, we have the headquarters of metro.
Yes, and this is the Zapata
Algiers.
Square. I have already filmed it many times in my videos. Zapata Square. Emiliano Zapata. Yes, it celebrates Emiliano Zapata, the hero of the Mexican Revolution in the early 20th century. He revolted against injustice and rich landowners who deprived the Mexican people from a decent life. The Palace of Culture is over there on the top of that hill. Bilcourt is on. I prefer this. To take the road on the left.
All roads lead to Rome.
All right. Yes.
Our Rome.
Exactly, our Rome.
Salome.
And Madania. And people would assume that both of us live there. But we like
none of us live there.
Yeah, we like visiting it for something else, for a totally different reason. Let me tell this to the viewers, reveal this to the viewers. So in fact, all right, so this is the Lizanaser Road. And the mental hospital is on the left, the literacy mental hospital. And we like visiting Salompier because there are some fast food shops there that sell very good food, delicious food, delicious pizza.
Traditional garantita.
Yes, calentita. In fact, it's calentita in
Spanish.
European languages. Yes, it's a word that comes from Spanish. Someday we'll film it, by the way. And for the viewers, yes, for non-Algerian viewers to discover, because Algerians in general know what calentita is. Garanteta. This is how we call it. Yes. This is in the west of the country. Yes, they call it calentica. And well, yes, we enjoy visiting Salomie in order to eat calentita sandwiches, and we also enjoy the pizza that's made there. And if you visit Salomie, if you are from Algeria or you are visiting Algeria and you happen to visit Salomie, Salomie is in fact El Madania. That's its official name. It's named after the Madani brothers who died, 3 brothers who were killed by the French authorities, the French colonial army. And if you visit El Madania, then you should ask around, ask people around for those you know, fast food shops that serve calentita.
And ice cream shops as well.
Oh yes, they have
Yeah.
ice cream parlors. Yes.
Parlor.
Yes, and pizzerias as well. So just ask around and people will show them to you, and you are going to eat the best pizza you have ever eaten, at least here in Algeria, and also the best calentita. So that's it. Now we have just passed that, you know, driven through that underpass. We are driving in the direction of the
Martyrs
Martyrs
Palace.
Memorial. No, it's not a palace.
Not
It's
a
a
palace,
memorial.
it's a-
Yes, it's a monument, a memorial.
Memorial.
Okay, yes. And now
This is the symbol of Algiers and of Salombi.
yes, it's the landmark of Algeria. Even see, it's like it's compared to the Eiffel Tower.
Yes.
Yes, the French Eiffel Tower. It's 90 meters high, 95 meters high. It was built in the 1980s. Now I need to pause filming. We are going to resume filming in a while. All right, guys. So we are back filming, and we have just driven on underneath the monument or the memorial.
We were talking about monuments.
Yes.
Algeria has many monuments, including Jam Al Jazair, the greatest mosque of
That's the
Algiers.
landmark. Yes.
It's a landmark,
Yes,
but
exactly.
still,
A monument.
we also none of them can overtake or can take the place of the Martyrs Memorial.
Martyrs Memorial, yes, it's a non-disputed
one,
symbol
undisputed,
or
yes.
icon of Algeria. Yes,
It's number one.
exactly. So now we are continuing our way to Salombier. And this apartment complex here on the right is the Confort.
Confort.
Yes, apartment complex. I guess it has another name too.
Diyar al-Mahsad.
Exactly. I keep forgetting that name. And that house over there is Villa Suzini. It's right in front of us over
Very
there.
beautiful.
Yes. Very beautiful, but it was a torture center. You know, it was used by the French colonial army.
Didn't know.
Yes, a torture center, a torture chamber. They tortured many people here, including some prominent figures in the Algerian Independence War. And now we are turning around in order to go straight to the central part of Salombier. There is a bus stop here under this bridge. That's the Algerian Ministry of Health. That's a bus, it's a state-owned bus, a public bus. That's the type of bus that services Algiers neighborhoods. The garden on the right is known as Jnan al-Akhdar, and there is some sort of a club there.
What sort of club?
A club for the rich, you know, to go and practice sports and swim and all those things. Maybe some tourists might visit it. And this is the central part of El Madania. We have the cultural center on the right, and we also have that commemorative plaque over there, commemorative plaques to commemorate the local martyrs, people who died for the independence of Algeria and who are from this neighborhood. And now this is the... Why are you so silent? You could, yes.
I am hungry,
Say
man. I'm hungry.
All right, yeah. Although it's too
Let's
late
stop
for
and
lunch.
eat.
Yes. All right, no problem. So, and this is, you know, the square, one of the main squares of Salombier here. So, every time I visit Salombier or El Madania, I would first, you know, turn around this roundabout and then, you know, go and film another one over there.
It's difficult to find where to park the car.
No, not really. There are parking spots, not here in the center, but further away.
Yes.
Yes, in the residential
further away.
parts. Yes, in the residential parts of. That's an ice cream parlor over there. It's on the left. Yes,
It's very
ice cream
normal.
parlor. Yes, maybe someday we will film videos, you and I, where we will be visiting the, you know, the best restaurants and fast food shops.
Yeah,
and
why
everything.
not?
Yes, and that's the city hall. This is a replica of the Martyrs Memorial here, and the post office is over there. Maybe I will visit it, drop by the post office in order to withdraw some cash. And yes, so that's it, guys. It was us visiting, driving from Bab El Oued to Salomia or Al Madania, and maybe we will be continuing this video in order to film the rest of our trip to Kouba. Take care of yourselves and see you later.